Well, I got to wanting to play with some clay today, so I decided to do a quick tutorial on how to make some green onions for the Dollhouse kitchen. Stay tuned and see how fun and easy these are to do. Alright, so if you followed my clay food making videos before, you probably realize that I like to have the real thing in front of me. And I know, we all know what a green onion looks like. That's why it's even more important, in my opinion, to have this here. Because it's those little things that you miss by remembering what it looks like that can make a big difference and make it not look real. So one of the first things I do is I measure. And I know that this green onion happens to be 1/4 inch in diameter. That's pretty small. They go anywhere from 1/4 up to about 1/2 inch. So we're going to aim for our scale to be scaled in that area, in that neighborhood. This one is about 1 foot long. Okay, so that's easy enough to scale. We have white through to green. This is where we use our Skinner blend, which we've done videos on Skinner blend. I've done a video on this channel before. And we're going to do that. I'll refer you to, I'll put a link in the description and in the blog post for the Skinner blend video on this channel, so that you can go, if you don't know what I mean by a Skinner blend, you can go refer to that, to how to do it. I'll quickly cover it here, but I've got a more in-depth video. This green onion happens to be split into 2 tops. I've seen them anywhere from 2 to about 5. We're going to go 2 or 3 on most of ours, I think. We'll see how it goes. We don't want to have them all the same, but we don't want them all too many variations. And we've got a very translucent looking white. It scales into a light green and all the way up to dark. And you can see, especially on this one here, you really see that beautiful gradual blend. So I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to move this to the side, and I'm going to get out the clay we will use. Alright, I have 4 blocks of clay. You could probably get by with 3 if need be, and I'll go over that in a minute. I have a white and I have a translucent. This is Fimo white. I think this is Sculpey translucent. I'm not sure. Translucent, transparent, whatever they call it. I have a Sculpey 3 in string bean. I'm going to try and get by with some Sculpey products in this video. I don't like to use them when I'm doing fine detail, but I think for this it should work. You're going to mix the white and the translucent in 50-50 ratio. The green needs to be mixed with a translucent also. I happen to have, this does not come out this color. This is a translucent green from Fimo, and actually it bakes up this color. I am going to mix this with the string bean to get what I need for here. You could also mix, if I have my trials. This is string bean mixed with the regular translucent, and this is string bean mixed with the translucent green. They're pretty close. It doesn't really alter the color, it alters how the light plays with the clay and how the clay looks once it's baked. So I almost always put translucent in of some kind into each color when I'm working with food. So I'm going to blend 50-50, equal parts translucent white and equal parts green and translucent green, and when I get those pieces of clay mixed, I'll come back and we'll start making some green onions. Alright, I've got my clay mixtures combined. I've got them well mixed and well conditioned. I've just cut off a small portion because I don't want to do too much at one time. I don't want my Skinner blend to go corner to corner. I want it to just be in the middle. I want some plain green and I want some plain white, and also we need some space to cut off of. So what I like to do is do that. Get it like that. Now I will, like I said earlier, I'm going to put my link. I just rolled it through the pasta machine to kind of seal that. Now back to the first setting. By the way, that was all rolled out on the first setting of my pasta machine. I will put a link to the Skinner blend video on this that's on this channel in the blog post and hopefully the description box. Fold it like this, run it through. fold it like this, same direction, always the same direction. Keep white on one end, green on the other. I am going to turn the camera off. I'm going to continue to blend this, folding and running through the machine until I have a really good Skinner blend. When that's done, I'll be back. Alright, so we have our Skinner blend. I'm now going to continuing to roll it the same direction through the pasta machine. I'm going to go thinner because I want to make this wider this way. I'm keeping it going exactly the same way. Now we have a nice long skinny piece. Now we need to cut this. I'm not going to use all of this white. I'm going to cut off about that much. And then, it would help if I had room to work, but I don't. I'm going to cut this about here. It's just a little over an inch long. There. Now, I'm going to make little tiny pieces like that. And put it off to the side. It's a little easier to roll it when it's still in its bigger piece. And they can vary a little bit in size. We're trying to keep these pretty thin. It's okay if the top is a little bit wider or a little bit flayed. We're going to flay it out a little bit. I'm lifting the edge with my knife so it's a little bit easier to roll up. Okay, so out of that piece we got about 4. I'm going to do this, rolling it so we don't see where that seam is. And now we're going to add some details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife, I'm going to cut this a little bit, I want it a little shorter than that in the white. There will be waste. There's always waste clay when you do a Skinner blend. I think it's impossible not to have some waste. Now, let's cut these tops. Now, if you want to get really, you know, in there and really do some detail, you could roll those. I'm not going to. I'm just going to transfer these to a paper plate as soon as I can get one. But I have one more step to do. Get the green clay off the knife. And I like how the top is not wrapped all the way on this one. That will add a little more detail. Do 3 tops on that one. This one looks really cool up on the top. And that one I kind of like just the way it is. I'm going to cut that in just a little bit. Now I need I can use this. You need something to texture the end with. I've got a wired brush. And I'm just going to pounce the end onto the tips of the brush. And now these will need to be baked. Since we have translucent clay, we are baking at about 235 degrees for about 10 minutes. And when they're baked and cooled, I will come back and I'll show you how they look. Alright, they are baked off and cooled, and I love how they turned out. They are adorable. The only thing I would say, if I was going to do these again, I would use a slightly warmer toned green color. I think this is a little on the cool side, meaning my green has a little bit of a bluish cast to it, where I'd like to see them be a little bit more of a yellow cast to my green. But other than that, I love these. I hope you do too. Be sure and check the blog post. I'll have a list of the colors I used and some photos and a little story about why we have these today. But thanks for watching. If you haven't found the Facebook page, the link is always in the description box, and that's the quickest way to get a hold of me, and I will talk to you later. Bye.